Hello, my name is Kelly Smith. This presentation is called Worms to Weaving, and it's all about the production of silk. In this presentation, we'll look at the 6 steps producing silk. These steps are raising silkworms, harvesting cocoons, reeling, throwing, and spinning, along with weaving. With silk, you can either have cultivated silk or wild silk. Cultivated silk is obtained from the cocoons of silkworms by people called sericulturalists. The dictionary defines sericulture as the breeding, rearing, and treatment of silkworms from the Latin root of sericum or serica, meaning silk. Wild silk fiber is obtained from the cocoons of silkworms left unattended in their natural habitat. For this presentation, I will be speaking about the cultivated silk fiber, specifically from the larva of the Bombyx mori moth. Silkworms are actually not worms, but they're larvae of this specific moth, and they produce the most commonly used silk today. Our story begins with the Bombyx mori moth laying eggs. The gestation period lasts approximately 3 weeks, and these finicky creatures must stay at a temperature between 25 and 31 degrees Celsius or 77 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. An ounce of silkworm eggs yields over 35,000 worms. As they hatch, each must be moved to a circular tray with humidity. There they are started on a diet of mulberry leaves, increasing the amount per day until some are more than 5 centimeters long and need to be fed every day. The worms also must be moved to a new tray every few days so as not to become too dirty in their own waste. After 35 to 40 days, the larvae prepare to make their cocoons. When making the cocoons, the liquid silk or fibrin contained in 2 glands inside the worm is forced through the 2 openings in the head. As the fibrin is extruded, the sericin or water gum will flow through the other 2 nearby glands. The sericin is what causes the silk to harden. After 3 to 4 days, the cocoons are complete. That brings us to harvesting the cocoons. The sericulturalist picks the cocoons that meet their standard and transfers them to another tray. From this point, the sericulturalist picks out a few cocoons that are actually going to hatch and keep the species going, or their specific farm going, and sends the rest to the next step in the production, reeling. The moths are killed or stifled with heat, in this case boiling water. This serves 2 purposes: killing the moth and boiling off the sericin that makes the silk stiff. From here, the silk is thrown, or the strands are twisted together to give the thread, which has sufficient strength and stability. Next, there's spinning, or taking the fiber and running it on and or through a spinning machine. These machines can be as simple as a hand crank or a large industrial machine. After the silk is spun, it can be used as a medium to weave various pieces of material, including tapestries or clothing. So there you have it. We've walked through the process of producing silk, including raising the silkworm, harvesting suitable cocoons, reeling the cocoons, throwing the silk, spinning the silk fiber, and finally weaving with the filament. Thank you.